Hi there. It's about 5:30 on the 18th, Wednesday. I went to sleep. I had the window open a little bit. I changed positions with my laptop. I put it in front of me. It's covering me as well as the window right here. So I don't think anybody was able to come in here. And what I'm smelling is something burning all night. I haven't smelled this in a while. This is not firewood to say, well, I'm smelling firewood. This is something burning. I want to put the mask on. My heart starts to jolt like pop rocks around it. Like pop rocks. And I feel like I want to throw up. My tummy is definitely swollen. It feels like my tummy looks like there's a big growth at the end of it. I've always been overweight and suffered with obesity my whole life. But this is different. This is like looking like there's something wrong with my tummy. Now this is what I believe something is wrong here. I know my body. I've had it since I was born. This is not normal for me. Certain parts of my body has been disfigured. All this happened within the last 3 years that I've been putting these videos on YouTube. Now these are things that are not, and one of them is now saying, so I say. These are the brains behind all of this. And it sounds like a Guyanese person, which means they're the ones with access to money. The Americans don't have the money. It's the Guyanese comrades, brethren, peeps. They're the ones who are paying these people to do this. I'm telling you, like somebody on Twitter says, or X, all the shit's happening to him, somebody is getting paid somewhere. Nobody will sit down on me for 24 hours a day or take it in shifts for no cash. Of course they're getting paid. The government? Probably not. If the government wanted to get my fat ass, they would get my fat ass off the street or get me out wherever. When I say off the street, just grab me and then take me or solicit me with some enticing something. The government is very crafty, and in every country, the government has some kind of pull power. First of all, I'm not an activist. It's only for the last 3 years, and it's highly unlikely that the government will be forcing me in a corner to be outspoken like this, to bring attention. I'm not gonna do that. This is civilians. They're civilians. But I think they're using like an example out of me, maybe. The goal, I believe, from the get-go was to discredit me. Maybe when they're reading my thoughts, they do see the future. Because somebody did mention that. They're able to prophesy in your energy. After all, think about it. One, we are the ones being targeted. Relentlessly, doggedly, for a prolonged period of time, says there's something different about us. What that is, these people are trying to conceal it from us, hide it from us. They're trying to conceal it from us and hide it from us. I've always been an empath, where I could sense people's pain. mostly pain, discomfort, nausea, emotional pain. I can feel it in my body. It's mostly emotional pain. Right now I feel nauseated in my chest. I don't know if it's that graphene. I'm not sure. But I can feel it in my chest. Like a sense of nausea. So they're not gods, by the way. This is one of the things that goes to their heads. They think they're gods. They have a bunch of technology and substances and biologicals. I think adrenochrome is one of them. That's giving them some kind of high that makes them feel like they're connected to the spirit world. At least that's what it's advertised as or described as on Google. Now, what that feels like for them, I have no idea. Like they're connected somehow. I have no idea. But for them, that's their addiction. So the thing with what I've noticed I've been thinking about the last few years. You see, I always knew something was off with me. Like I was living somebody else's life. I spent my time just act like I'm some kind of fugitive running from place to place to place. And this was prior to 2020 when I didn't know all of this. I had zero clue. Gang stalkers, TIs, what the fuck? That's something that never entered my mind. Never. That's one of the things back in 2020 when I thought the couple next door, when he was being abusive to her, which I thought triggered this whole thing. Never said anything about gang stalkers or TIs, which is what they really were. Just say, well, oh, she's got to die because she said TIs and she said gang stalkers, and we've been gang stalking her TIS for so long. The universe is finally putting information in her head. They gotta wrap it up. I never did. I had no idea these people existed. Targeted individuals and gang stalkers. So I never said anything that remotely fits into that bracket or this bracket. So that wasn't it. Anyway, I always felt like I was living somebody else's life, and I felt a bit of rest from 2015 New Year's Eve to the 2nd of February or 3rd of February 2020. That was when I contacted somebody contacted me, solicited me through my website for my services. And with that being said, contacted me and helped me to see things, helped to put me in this situation I am right now. And of course, he disappeared. Yeah, he disappeared. You see me acting a little funny right now? I'm noticing myself. What the fuck was I smelling all night? My hand across here is hurting right now. What the fuck was burning all night? My ears are hurting, and not because of this. They're permanently scarred back here from all these masks. My upper chest feels, and I'm wheezing, which means I know I'm smelling something. That's what my uncle is saying. I never stopped wheezing since I moved here. When I moved here first, like the first 2 days, no, I exhibited zero symptoms of any respiratory problems. Suddenly, they can't seem to stop. I had a bit of respite from 2016 to then. I felt confident. I felt like I was in control of my own life at that point. Money, I guess, means security for anybody in this world, unfortunately. God should be the security, because He's the one who gives things and opens doors for people, softens hearts, hardens heart, punishes us, admonishes us, gives us goodies and cookies. He's our refuge, our rock, our strength. But I'm just another schmuck who puts all her faith in security being money, coming from money. My dad was very security conscious, money oriented. I think I got that from him. I was an only child, female. To be in this world alone, you have to have a form of income to feel secure, that you can, not because you want to use the money for malicious purposes, but you want to make sure that you are safe and you're not being taken advantage of, which is what he instilled in me by people in the world, because women are more apt to be taken advantage of if they don't have any and they have to be in a situation where they have to beg for favors. Fortunately, I have good, outstanding family, relatives. People they're good people in the world. They're really good people in the world. And I know you'll find them if you're going through a rough time right now. I know that sounds like it's not in sight. You can't fathom where these people are going to come from. Who's going to help you? Who's going to open the door for you? And I know you want to punch me in the face for saying that there's somebody out there to help you. But trust me, see my eyes? Somebody will. Because He believes in us even when we don't believe in ourselves. He provides for us even when we turn our back on Him. He does. Now, I felt for 2016 to 2020, like that was what happening now make me feel like that was the illusion. Like it was just an illusion. I was living an illusion, because the reality is struggling all the time, and I know someone is causing this. Running from place to place to place, nothing has changed. Back to the same old shit. Who the fuck is doing this to me? This is not normal. I've committed no crimes and I'm running from the law. I've had my background check done so many times and they can't find anything. And for me, I'm hoping that they do find something, to have something to get help with from Social Security Administration. Anything to bring attention to this. Because there's nothing there. If they go back on foot since I've been in this country, go everywhere I've been, go literally in the neighborhood, in people's homes, there's nothing there. Nobody, but they go in a newspaper, local newspaper, put something out there. Put my picture. Go ahead and do it. I challenge them right now. There's nothing there. I haven't killed anybody. They say when I committed a crime and I killed everybody that was connected to it. Go ahead, put my paper, put it on the NBC, ABC, this small, but whatever you want to do. There's nothing there. Because I'm the one running, like a crazy person. I feel like sometimes that was the illusion, the good part, the confidence. Like that was just a wind up to bring me back down to this. I need for us to pray for each other. Because it's the only way to right this evil. And I know you're feeling like the good times in your life was just an illusion. Because maybe you look back and you see patterns that you knew something was wrong and didn't know what it was. This is not them all the time, mind you, because we can be pretty off-putting in our own lives. You know that as well as I do. Lazy, insolent, ungrateful, unsatisfied. But there are times when you know something was wrong. Too many coincidences tells a story that there is an incident happening. Not a coincidence, it's an incident. Something real, tangible. Something has happened. So let's pray for each other. And let's try to bring our illusion back in the palm of our hands. Because sometimes it feels like that's the illusion. I'm all for that. To having a life where I feel I'm thriving, I'm working, I feel secure, in control of my financial destiny as well as my security. Takes a lot off your plate, give you breathing room to do other things and focus on other things in a positive way. Let's strive for that. But let's put God first. Because this experience has taught us to put Him first. It has taught me anyway.